Hey everybody, this is Loons. I just wanted to go ahead and take a moment to walk through the accessibility features on a device. The device I'm going to use today is my Samsung Galaxy Zfold 3. I've had this for about 6-7 months now, and it's actually the first phone that I've actually gone in and played with the accessibility features. It wasn't until I took a business trip that I started getting curious about the different things that you could use it for. It was actually a conversation I had with somebody that kind of spurred the discussion, and so I started poking around, and what I found kind of blew my mind. When you think of the accessibility features, really what comes to mind for me at least is those who are hard of hearing, those who are blind. You don't really stop and think of those of us in the neurodivergent community who really could benefit from these. For me, my eyes are super sensitive, so having the extra dim feature has been a game changer. And so I just wanted to take a moment and just kind of pass on what I've found, discovered, learned, and just share that with you. So very quickly, if you just go under your settings, you can go ahead and find this. It typically, depending on what kind of device that you have, you'll go ahead and find it under your accessibility. And so right now, it's giving me 4 that I'm using. But what's really cool is based off of what you're using your device and what the functions that you're taking advantage of, it'll go ahead and actually make recommendations. I don't always opt to use them or to try them, but sometimes I will. Go ahead and take a look at yours if it's something that you're interested in, and it will go ahead and make those suggestions. So moving in, we have the talk back. It's something I haven't really gone into, but it is a really awesome feature. So with it, when it's on, it does go ahead and provide the spoken feedback, so you can use your device without looking at the screen. For somebody who's constantly multitasking, it's a great feature. This does go ahead and give you how to use it, how to turn it off, and the settings itself. And it's just phenomenal. I can't say enough good things. Your visibility enhancements. So you can go ahead and decide how big or small you want your text to be. I have mine in dark mode all the time because the light kills my eyes. Just make sure you hit apply. You've got your high contrast theme. If this is something you want to take advantage of, you can change the colors. You do have to, quote unquote, buy the contrast. However, it is something that you don't actually have to pay for. It's just something you download. You have your high contrast fonts. If it's something you want to take advantage of, you've got your high contrast keyboards. It does show you what it would look like if it's something you want to take advantage of. You've got your highlight buttons, your color inversion. This is something that would give me headaches all day long, but if it's something that you benefit from, this is where you go to find it. You've got your color adjustments. So you've got your grayscale, Proton, Deuton, Triton, and then you can personalize it, and then the intensity. So if you want it really low, really high, this is where you'd go. You have your add color filter. So your opacity, if you want a blue, azure, cyan, spring green, red, rose, violet, magenta, chartreuse green, and so forth. If you need to remove the animation, say that, I want to say those who are sensitive, I want to say it with, well, I'm just not going to make speculations because I'm not remembering 100% and I don't want to give any misinformation. But if you need to remove them, this is where you go. To reduce transparency and blur, you just simply hit the toggle or remove it. And then your extra dim. So here you can go ahead and actually amp up the intensity, decrease it. You can turn it off after restart. And then you can add this little button here. And we'll go over that here. And also just a couple of extra bits and babs. All right, you've got your magnification. So with this, you can go ahead and manage your full screen. If you want to go ahead and zoom, you just tap anywhere and it will go ahead and increase it. Your large mouse, touchpad, pointer, as I was just kind of showing, anywhere that you go, it'll just go ahead and let you know where you are on the screen. I'm constantly losing my place, so that has been a lifesaver. And then your font size and the font itself, you can really customize it to make it a really personal experience. And then this just kind of gives you what that would look like. Alright, so you've got your hearing enhancements. This has been a game changer for me. You've got your real-time text. So this is your, if your RTTs as an alternative to the external TTY devices. These are the stipulation that you do need in order to go ahead and utilize it. It is a little bit in depth, but not too terrible. So it's a really awesome feature. This I adore so much. Like, I cannot describe to you how much I love this feature. Here. So to kind of give you an idea of why I love this feature, I take a lot of notes. I also watch a lot of different lectures where they don't have closed captions. And this has been an absolute game changer. And as you can see why, this keeps up with me. It's not 100%, but it is learning. There are some features in here that you can go in and change. You can go ahead and customize it, custom words. You can delete the history. It's amazing. I love this. I wish I'd known about it sooner because it would have been, it just would have changed so much. You have your live caption. With this, again, you can customize it, really make it super intuitive. The one thing I will say about this is that it can be a little bit of a pain in the rear if you're trying to watch videos on YouTube, only because if you're scrolling through the different videos, it'll pop up each individual video, and if you've got a small device like this, if you've got it on, sometimes it will, see, it'll say captions appear when speech detected. If you're like on YouTube and you're scrolling through it, it'll actually pop up and almost take over half of the screen on your mobile device. This my tiniest little critique, and that's it. Other than that, phenomenal. Your caption preference, so you can do the size, the caption style, more options, your language. So they're working on making it a little bit more, which is really, really, really nice. Your sound notifications. Actually. So this will give you a little bit of what your sound notifications will be, should you want it. And, yeah. Your hearing aid support, which is great. For those who need it. You can amplify sound. I have this on because I'm deaf. There's no two ways around it. I'm deaf. You do need to have your headphones on for this, but it does work to help to amplify the sounds around you. You can adapt sound. I have it boosted for my age. And basically what it does is it just it adjusts and boosts the high mid frequencies. You can also test your hearing just to kind of gauge to see what range. You can mute all sounds. You can do the mono audio and your left-right sound balance. Entirely up to you. This is your interaction and dexterity, so your universal switch. If you have difficulty touching the screen, this allows you to select different items and take actions with switches instead of touches. Really super awesome. This is your assistant menu, so if you need to use this, super helpful. I haven't gone super in depth with it because I haven't really explored it, but it is definitely worth exploring. Here's your voice access. Something I haven't really tinkered with too much. You're answering ending calls, so it can read the caller's name aloud. It can answer calls automatically. You can press the volume up to answer calls and slide your press side keys to end calls. Can be helpful. Here's your touch and hold delay. So this continuous touch to be recognized as a press and hold. It doesn't affect the keyboard, and you can customize this should you need. Mine made a recommendation. I haven't bothered to mess with it since. Here's your tap duration. So this is how you can set it to how long an interaction needs to be held to be recognized as a tap. You can ignore repeated touches. Probably something I should probably adjust again because he made that recommendation. I'm known for doing that. Okay, so auto action after pointer stops. This is something that you can go in and customize a little bit more, so it's really helpful. You got your sticky keys. So basically what this is, when you press a modifier key like Shift, Alt, or Tab, it will stay pressed so you can enter keyboard shortcuts one key at a time. I don't have a keyboard attached to this, and I use just my standard keyboard on the device, so I haven't managed to, or haven't bothered to use it. You've got your slow keys, so type by pressing, or type by touching and holding for a set time to avoid accidental key presses. And then your bounce keys, so prevent accidental key presses by setting a delay before a second tap on the same key is accepted. And then you've got your advanced settings. So with this, it goes over your accessibility buttons, your side and volume up keys, your flash notifications. So this will go ahead and customize it so that if you're getting alerts or when your alarms sound, you can have the camera flash or you can have your screen flash. Neither of mine are on just because for me that's really annoying. But if it's something that is right up your alley, certainly take advantage of it. You've got the time to take action, so this is how long to show messages that ask you to take action but are visible only temporarily. You can go ahead and customize this. You've got your speak keyboard input aloud. So with this, you can customize it again. Super helpful. I haven't really adjusted it much. And if you use Bixby, you can actually go ahead and set up Bixby Vision for accessibility. And your voice label. I haven't done it yet. Haven't really had the need to. This will go over your installed apps that actually have this. So if it's something that you want to go ahead and use and utilize, you certainly can. And then this just goes over the open source licenses. Down here on the lower right-hand side, you have this little guy. This will go ahead and tell you what different ones are on. So I've got my extra dim on, I've got my magnification, my live transcribe. As you can see, my amplify ambient sound is off, only because I don't have my headphones hooked up. So it's just a little bit of the different features. Each device is going to be a little bit different. I will go ahead and tag the different devices or the most common ones down below. This is more for the different mobile applications. I just wanted to go ahead and hand this off as I know that I just was made aware this year that this even existed. And had I known, it would have made a tremendous amount of difference for me. So alrighty, if you have any questions, hit me up in the comments. If not, certainly any feedback, questions, comments, anything that you have would be greatly appreciated. And I hope that you found this as insightful as I did. And I appreciate your viewing and your input. Have a wonderful day.